Hey, BassGeek here, and it's 6 Minutes Sunday. Okay guys, so one of the very first things I want to do is I want to remind you 6 Minute Sundays. Alright? Make sure you leave those questions in the description. If you've asked a question previously and it hasn't been picked, it don't mean it won't be picked. I do go back and look at some of the questions from previous videos. But to make it easier on me, I would appreciate it if you guys would re-ask those questions in the comment section of this video. So we do the 6 Minute Sunday once a month, and of course we do the drawing for the mystery tackle box giveaway at the end of this video. So we'll get to that. We'll announce who won at the end of this video. We also do subscriber shout outs in this video. So for those of you that don't know, here's the qualifications. You have to have caught a bass using a technique that you learn here or learn more about here on this channel on BassGeek. So make sure you send those pictures in. We'll play those at the end of the video too. We got several this week, and I love showing the subscribers, showing you guys with your fish. It's always awesome. Doesn't have to be big fish, it can be any fish. I'm just happy you guys are getting out there catching bass and learning from this channel. It's why I do it. It's why I spend the time doing all this that I do, and trust me, it takes a lot of time. So anyway, all that being said, this week's question comes from several of you, and it's what rod, reel, and line would I take if I was pond fishing with me? And that's something that I plan on doing a little more. Things have been a little busy and I haven't got to do as much as I like, but I promise you we're going to get to some stream and pond fishing this year on the Sunday videos ASAP. And the little boat, having a little trouble with the registration, but we are going to start shooting some upgrades. I got a bunch of stuff in, so I can't wait to start showing you that. Now, let's get on to what rod, reel, and line combos I would take with me just bank fishing from any pond. And one thing that I'm going to tell you about pond and stream fishing. Now, when I'm out on the lake, a lot of times the longer the rod, the better. Now, that's not true with every technique. There's a few techniques I like shorter rods, you know, square bills, jerk baits, topwater walking baits. I like a little bit shorter rod there, you know, that 6/8 sort of area. But for the most part, when I'm talking about bank fishing, I really like to stay in that 6.5 to 7 foot range when it comes to rod length. And one of the reasons why I like to do that is because you bank anglers know that you're always casting from under trees, you're around all kinds of weed and brush and tree limbs. So a shorter rod a lot of times is going to allow you to be able to cast in tighter confines. Now, you're not going to get the long cast that you might want at all times with that. Longer the rod, generally the longer the cast. Shorter the rod, generally the more accurate the cast. But you know as well as I do, if you're fishing from the bank, a lot of times you really need those shorter rods so that you can make those accurate casts and keep from getting your baits hung up above you to the left or to the right of you. So guys, I'm a big bait caster guy. You can actually switch one of these combos. You can actually switch one of them out and go a couple of different ways. So I'll give you kind of the options as we go. Now, one of the things, and I think this is probably even more important for you bank anglers than it is for even me and my boat, and that's to have a good rod cover. Now you guys can see this is my TRC cover, and here's the reason why, two big reasons why I like to have covers when I'm bank angling. And the biggest reason why is you can see the strap right there, and the biggest reason is the rod tip coverage. No other cover out there is going to protect your rod tip. The great thing about this is that I can actually use this to get through the undergrowth and the brush, and I don't have to worry about that tip if I drop it down on some pavement or a parking lot. That tip is extremely hard, and it protects the tip of my rod extremely well. Not to mention, I'm not getting my line caught in that undergrowth, in the trees. I'm not getting my eyes caught in the brush as I'm going through. It just really is going to protect your rods. It's going to make it easier for you to do a little bit of that guerrilla warfare style fishing. So anyway, all of that being said, the very first rod and reel combo that I'm going to talk about is going to be a 7-foot medium heavy. Now, the medium heavy, again, a little stiffer rod. You can see that I've got a Lew's LFS on here. This is a 7.5 to 1 speed. Now, you may want to go with a 6.8 speed in the LFS series, and one of the reasons why is it's kind of a good middle ground, so it's not too fast, it's not too slow. 7.5, this is really my jig rod. I could get away with it, but I'd have to be very conscious when I'm throwing things like chatterbaits or, you know, spinner baits about how quickly I'm turning that reel handle. This is one of my buddy's killer bass baits rods, and like I said, this is a 7-foot medium heavy action. I'm going to throw anything from jigs to, you know, maybe even some smaller, you know, some swim baits, some underspins. You know, it's just a very good all around versatile rod. Now this medium heavy is a little bit softer, so I can actually throw a lot of the stuff that I can throw on medium rods. Now, as far as the line goes, you know, I'm a fluorocarbon guy. Now, again, let's say I'm going to a pond that's got a ton of grass in it. I'm probably going to go straight braid or a very short fluorocarbon leader. Now, one of the things, let's say we're throwing topwater, fluorocarbon is not good for topwater. It's going to sink. So one of the things that I will do in my backpack is I will bring me a spool of monofilament, and this is where you can actually make changes real easy. And you can actually just bring a reel. If you've got enough room in your bag, bring you a 4th reel that has, you know, mono on it for topwater or just braid. But here's what I'll do a lot of times. Instead of wasting my fluoro, I'll actually tie a mono leader to the front of this. I'll tie it, you know, very long, so that I'm not casting out a lot of my fluoro. I've never had any trouble doing that. It's kind of a little cheat that I learned when I'm fishing, when I was fishing as a co-angler. Now, is it the best? You put another knot in line. Yeah, you know, it's not always the best thing. Now, if you know you're going to throw some topwater, that's when I say add that 4th rod to your selection, or take one of these rods out of the selection. But if you just want to take these 3 rods, just throw you a spool of monofilament in your bag, tie you a leader on, boom, you're topwater fishing. But generally, being a fluoro guy, again, pond fishing and bank fishing is all about having a happy medium. And so generally 12-pound test is where I'm going to go. 12-pound test is a happy medium. It's not 15, it's not 10. I think 12 pound is what you want to get away with on this medium heavy combo. Again, if you'll remember, I told you I really like those 6 to 7 foot rods when I'm out there pond fishing and stream fishing. This is a 6.8 medium fast action rod. So the great thing about this rod is, again, you'll see I've got a 6.8 to 1. This is my Lew's LFS. The LFS is just a great workhorse reel for that $100 or less, and you can find them on sale a lot of times a lot cheaper. To me, hands down best bang for the buck reel out on the market. I've been using them for years, and I've got several. My flipping rod, for example, you know, I've had that one probably for 4 years at this point, and have horsed some good sized fish, out of some really heavy cover, I've never had the first problem out of that reel. LFS, you guys have heard me talk about it. You can go way back to the beginning of my channel and hear me sing the praises of these LFSs. Well, this is my square bill rod, and this is something that I can throw crankbaits. I can use it to fish Texas rig worms. I can throw weightless Senkos on this. Guys, this rod really allows me to do a lot of different things. Now, for those of you that really like the spinning rods, I'm a baitcaster guy. This rod could actually be replaced by a medium fast action, maybe a 7-foot spinning combo. Maybe one on a little bit on the stiffer side, so maybe a fast to an extra fast, and you could really do a lot of the same things. I can throw jerk baits on this. I can throw small spinner baits. I can throw small swim baits. You name it. This is going to be probably one of my most used combos when it really comes down and the rubber meets the roads. And like I said, 6/8 to 1, it is really such a great middle ground. It's not up into the 7, so it's not too fast, but it's not way down into the lower 6s and even 5s, so it's not too slow. It's a good centerpiece, and that's what you're going to see out of these rod and reel combos. Is I want something that can do a lot of different things. I'm not looking for technique specific. I'm looking for a very general rod, reel, line combo. Again, when it comes to line, I'm a fluoro guy. Like I said earlier, you know, I'll throw a spool of monofilament in there, and if I need to use this as a top water, you know, this can throw some of your poppers, believe it or not. And like I said, this is the one combo you can really change out with maybe a stiffer spinning rod and reel combo. But again, line, I'm going to go with that 12 pound. You know, 10 to 12 pound really is a go-to when it comes to pond fishing. And, you know, it's just a good all-around test weight. And again, guys, got my TRC on here. You can see it says BassGeek and 7 foot. You know, got my tip protection. Really helps me get through that undergrowth. And I love this. Listen, guys, these things won't pull off anyway. I mean, they really get stuck on here, as you can see. You really have to pop them off, but you're going to protect your investment. I think that's a key deal. Now, this combo is a 7-foot spinning reel. Now, this is the speed spin, and you can tell how long I've been using Lew's. They don't make it the speed spin in this color. This is a 300 series. This design has completely changed, so you can tell how long I've been using Lew's. They no longer make that. They still make the speed spins, so don't worry, you can get this. This is just an older design, which I think honestly looks nicer than their newer designs. I really like it. Now, again, 7 foot. This is your standard 7 foot medium fast action. So it's a medium power fast action tip. You know, it's a do-all. 7 foot. I can't tell you how many of these I have, and I fish them from everything from drop shots to Texas rigs. You name it, I do it. Now, like I said, this is a 300, 3000, 8.3 series reel. And, you know, it does run, I think it's a 6.1, 6.3. That's one thing I like about Lew's spinning gear, is that they are the higher gear ratio, and I really like that. But guys, this spinning combo right here, I can do almost anything. Now, when it comes to line on these, generally I'm going to put 10 pound test on these. You can get away with 8. 8 is just fine, but I'm going to stay at those 2 weights, that 8, that 10. And like I said, let's say if I'm going to throw some poppers. The great thing about my spinning reels is that I use a braid backing, so I can either just take the fluoro completely off, because I've only got 15 to 25 feet of it on, or I can just go ahead and pull that mono back out of my backpack and tie me a mono leader on and keep that popper up. So I'm pretty sure we stayed under the 6 minutes this Sunday. The video itself will be a little longer, but the information portion was a quick tip under 6 minutes. Make sure you leave those questions down in the comment section so we can pick your question for next 6 Minute Sunday. If there's any questions about this, go ahead and leave them down there. I'll go ahead and answer those. And I know the moment you've been waiting for is to see who wins the tackle box. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out, let you guys see the drawing. Good luck to you all, because I haven't even done it yet. And you know, as always, questions and comments in the comment section below. I hope you guys like this. I hope you guys like this information. Tell me in the comment section below what your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 combos that you take stream or pond fishing are, and give us your setups so that we can all learn a little bit about fishing from the bank. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notifications when these videos come out. And you guys rock. Now's the time you've all been waiting for. We are going to copy the URL. Copy that. We're going to put it in the random comment generator. I have done some cleanup. 184 unique commenters. By the way, you know who you are. If you did more than you should have. All right, here we go. Let's see who's won the mystery tackle box this month. And the winner is Raymond Butts. And he did comment only wacky. All right, Raymond, I'll put a comment under your comment, hashtag wacky. I appreciate all you guys subscribing, all you guys supporting. Please make sure you keep commenting. Please make sure you keep watching. And, you know, help the channel out. Spread the word about BassGeek, pretty please. And let's grow this thing. Help me out and help the channel grow. It's your channel, guys. I tell you this all the time. All right, Raymond, I will contact you and drop an email in there so that you can send me your information, and I'll shoot that out to you in the mail.